Alright, this is my Havasu Creek journal for day 2, morning or early afternoon, whichever you want to put it. First of all, we started dinner around 8-ish. I woke up and Delisa stayed in the tent and slept for another hour or so. So I went and filled up the solar bag with water, and I'm hanging it from a tree. Did you see the other video a while ago? It's right outside. And hung it up. I made a pot of coffee, and then Delisa got up. And we had some coffee and sat around and talked. But see the solar bag? I've hung it right over the utility tent, which is where we're taking a shower. Everybody else has to go to the springs, but we have a tent right here next to the gazebo. Yet, and they're walking by and they're looking at it and they don't know what to think of it. Delisa thinks they're under the impression it's a large enema bag. I said, yeah, I love enemas right after a nice hearty breakfast. Not. But, you know, the idea is the sun heats it up, and the bag says the water temperature can actually get up to 120 degrees, which I kind of doubt in this overcast, cloudy, hey, you never know, turn around, it might rain kind of day. And we're literally like surrounded by canyonage, which is kind of cool. I think our neighbors are getting ready to move out. I think they leave this afternoon or something. Which means they're packing out because the horses are there by 8. It's a nice little breeze. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone, but it's just kind of an overcast day, probably 72, 73 degrees. And literally, look at this. Here's the bottom of our tent. There's the creek, about 4.5 feet maybe. But anyway, this is my leaning tree. And Havasu Creek with a crow. No extra charge. And this, if I am not mistaken, this is the runoff from Havasu Falls, which you've already seen video and pictures of. So I won't bore you to death with that. Little rocks in here. I'm trying to get Delisa. We bought a couple of floaties, and I'm trying to get Delisa. Maybe, if the water's not too cold, go to the base of the falls, and then, you know, not bring a whole bunch of stuff with us. And that's between the gazebo and the tent on this side. And float down to the campsite. I don't know how we would float down to the campsite. I tried to get her to find that green and purple alien that I have in the attic, but she couldn't find it, so whatever. Anyway, hey man. Havasupai Village, Havasupai Reservation, kick-ass camping trip. I will never do it again. If I do, it'll be in a helicopter, which is possible. But it's been fun. Anyway, we're fixing to go see the falls. Just want to say hey. How long did breakfast? Breakfast lasted 3 hours. We sat there and talked and ate and enjoyed ourselves, and had a neighbor come by just to cut a piece of rope. I think she wanted to see our campsite. Her name was Yuki. She's from Hawaii. Anyway, signing off. Take it easy. One last shot. Chicka-chang, chicka ching ching. Havasu Creek, it's not for the meek. And don't forget enemas daily. Bye.